2, 1.
We decided to go across the country and find the most resilient entrepreneurs who strive to continue to succeed and disrupt every industry that they are in.
From some great people.
This is my work.
We created this show.
Why not you?
To bring you closer to the minds of these disruptors, to motivate, educate, and inspire you to become a disruptor in your own life. So welcome to the Disruptor Network. Season 2.
There was no plans to be an entrepreneur. Like, I didn't go into it thinking like, hey, I'm gonna go in school and I'm gonna start my own business. I went into school thinking like, hey, it's free education. I'm gonna get the best degree I possibly can. And to me at that time was accounting degree. I knew there was a path there to make decent money. I knew I'd make like, maybe 80 grand coming out. And I was like, yeah, that's sweet. Like that's some good money, right? So even though we were this big athletic family and like played every sport, I think our parents did a really good job with us, also teaching us the responsibilities of getting your schoolwork done. My mom's big thing was, if you guys want to go outside and play, you got to get your homework done first. And so I think that was just something that she did a really good job with that really helped me later in life as well, especially in college. My dad, he was just there to teach us the right way to do things. Weightlifting came into play when we were old enough to lift. So I think we were probably like 14 years old. His whole business started because he wanted fitness equipment for us. And when he went to get it, he had to drive to New Jersey to get it. At that point, he was like, hey, I want them to have high quality stuff. I have 5 kids. I want them to use Olympic style benches. There's nothing out there right now. I'm gonna start my own business.
I told them all the time, you're good, but if you want to stay ahead of everybody else, the only way you're gonna do it if you train. The competition was great because they all motivated each other.
I think that just early on, a lot of the things that our parents ingrained into us just stuck with us. Nothing's ever given to you. Learned the value of a dollar, had jobs at an early age. So everything like that just stuck with us, and I think that's why all of us were successful afterwards. I didn't think I'd make it a year, so after I made a year, my next was I gotta make 3 years. Make 3 years, you get all the benefits. Everything hits at 3 years. If you don't get 3 years, you get nothing. You just get what you got paid and you're out. My second year in, I was like, man, there's a really good opportunity here to do these players' taxes. So I went back to my accounting degree and I was like, I'm my second year in. I paid a CPA my first year thousands of dollars to do my taxes, just because I was worried about it. I wanted to make sure everything was being done right. Second year I did it myself and I realized, man, we have to file in every state. At the end of the day, you're paying 3 G's to get your taxes filed. And I was sitting there like, man, I can make a lot of money here.
Like, why did you decide that said I'm done?
Injuries is what it came down to. Every time my head got snapped back this way, I had a pinched nerve from hitting, and my entire left arm and down my back would go numb. High ankle sprain, ruptured my hamstring, tore my pec. You just play through them, and most guys do. They were trying to actually get me healthy so they could cut me with nothing, or get me back on the field, one or the other. It's kind of the end of the road for me anyways. For me, it was a good way to just say like, all right, I'm done. There's no what if. There's what if I try for another month, where a lot of guys get stuck in that whole routine of, hey, let's try to get one more year and let's keep training. For me, it was, this is it. This is a sign. I'm done. I'm not having surgery. Let's move on. And I had so much more that was coming in, and I was building this other business. So it was easy for me to walk away at that point. Mentally, it's a grind, but what I tell people all the time is if you stay busy, you're fine, is what it comes down to. Like, boredom is the biggest disease, I think, of anything. That's when you start thinking of crazy things. That's when you're like, man, why is this guy on the team and I'm not? You feel lost when you're bored. But what I did and what ended up happening was I went right into my wife's business. I was probably working 100 hours a week minimum, to the point where like I didn't even take weekends off. With a startup, man, it's unlimited on what you can do, especially when you're motivated to do it. And so I was coming off the work mentality of the NFL, so like work itself and like putting the hard work in, long days, long hours, that was easy for me. The aha moment was here in Texas. I'm at the gym. I was actually making like those little sweat rings on the ground with a plastic bottle. I put ice in it. It was like 100 degrees out. The thing was so sweaty, like my shirt was all like wet from it. And every time I did a rep, a set on bench, I'd put the bottle down and I'd pick it back up. And when I put it back down, I'd make like a new design with it. And finally I looked down and I'm like, yeah, what am I doing? Like there's gotta be something better out there, right? And I took a sip of it, it tasted awful, and I was like, all right, let's just go home and like get some kind of insulated bottle that I could also use for the gym. The bottles were blowing up then, and my wife's company was engraving a lot of Yetis and different style cups like that. So like we were doing insane volume with those cups. And I would use one at work, but then when I went to the gym, I'd have to go grab a plastic shaker bottle because there was no technology out there that could actually blend any kind of powders or like that you could use for the gym. So went home that day and I was like, this is the simplest idea ever, man. Like there's no way no one hasn't done this already. Because every time you think of something cool, right? You go on Google or you go on Amazon, it's there. And you're like, oh man, it's not as cool as I thought it was, right? So I figured that was gonna be the same thing. Like I was gonna just go jump on Amazon, type in, insulated shaker bottle and just snag one. And I went home that day, looked it up, and there was just nothing there. And that's when I saw the opportunity. I'm like, hey, I'm passionate about this. I can go to the gym and call it work. I'm gonna find a way to make this work.
Not only did he make it work, he brought it to the main stage and had one of the most successful Shark Tank episodes.
Dallas, Texas, and my company is Ice Shaker. This is the Ice Shaker. Today I'm going to tell you why the Ice Shaker is the best shaker bottle on the market. It's made of a kitchen-grade stainless steel. This is huge for a protein shaker because it does not absorb that odor smell. It's a double-wall, vacuum-insulated shaker bottle that will hold ice for over 30 hours in a 75-degree room. The insulated bottle does not sweat. And here's my favorite part. The Ice Shaker is a kitchen-grade stainless steel, so it doesn't absorb odor.
The hard questions really didn't come, like the really hard, like the Mr. Wonderful questions. Like, he always has to sit there and drill everyone and be like, hey, what's stopping me from making the Mr. Wonderful shaker? You don't have a patent on it at this point. And I was sitting there just waiting for these questions because I'd watched every episode. I knew it was gonna come, right? And he just never threw them at us. And I think it was because the energy in the room. We were just so enthusiastic, we're having fun. I think they saw that and just realized like there's something here. We don't need to ask them about the hard questions at this point because you could tell. Yeah, I mean, you could tell when someone has something that they're passionate about and it's gonna work.
So when you went on the Shark Tank with the product, you weren't even that like you were already making a new product at that point.
So, yeah, we're already making a new one. We had a second edition coming out. It had like a lanyard on it. It had the twist and match in there. So we were rushing to get that out because we knew that it was going to
something was coming. Yeah.
So had to sell through these. I ordered 10,000 of these to start with. Half the lids leaked, so we did all these different prototypes. The pop top never leaked on any of the prototypes.
But it was just like that.
We got the first shipment in, half of them. I'd just go like this, and it was closed like that, but it would just
and you would never know that until you get the first shipment too. That's the crazy thing.
And we tested them. I shook I probably shook hundreds of bottles after that. I'd sit here and just, as hard as I could to make sure they didn't leak, and then leave them upside down for like hours at a time, flip them back over. I tried everything, right, to make sure they didn't leak, and never had an issue with the pop top. And then they show up, popped out, half of them leaked, so we had to throw out all 10,000 lids and replace them all.
Oh, wow.
And upstairs of the house, which carrying 10,000 bottles up the stairs was, that was like the ultimate workout.
Yeah, for sure. That's like
Yeah. So we're just leaving Chris's house. We got some product to leave with. This is his ghost bottle. We like this one, but I'm a user of this product actually, so I like it. So I'm hoping to see the warehouse and get some more stuff. But we're headed over, talk to Chris a little bit, see the warehouse. We got a full day ahead of us with him.
When you started, you were at the house, right?
Yeah.
And you were doing everything at the house the whole time.
Yep.
When did you move into this?
So this is our third building. So
Third building.
we moved into this about a year ago, this one. We thought it was plenty of space. It's about 3 times the size of our old building. Within 3 months, our previous competitor copied exactly what we're doing. So, and they sell half the price we sell on purpose, just to try to get us out of the market. So
So you just have to continue innovating, which is fun.
And we stay high end. I mean, I'm never gonna drop my price. just to compete with them.
Yeah, it's just for the color. And this logo is cool.
Yeah. So they're gonna see that and be like, yo, you can't get that anywhere else. I need that exact color. I love that color. So we partnered up with this company called Advanced. This is a focus powder. So yeah, when you're a big time gamer, man, you gotta lock in, right? So focus powder. So their entire advertising model is we don't spend any ad money. We only spend money on influencers in the gaming space. So we're gonna go after the biggest Twitch players. We're gonna pay them upfront money plus a commission on every sale. And we're gonna lock them in for 3 months to a year. And so what's cool is we've been partnering with them as well, and then we're able to customize the logo on the bottles for the gamers. So we're kind of working through this partnership, and it works out for everyone because the gamer gets a cut of it, they get a cut of it, we get a cut of it as well.
What's the future look like for you?
And so, yeah, for me, people ask all the time, like, am I gonna sell or is that the goal? What I think would be probably the best result for us right now at this time, it would be kind of like a partial acquisition. So if a company came in that's similar to us in our space that already has the connections, they're doing really well, and they wanted to come in, almost kind of how I see it is kind of like Coca-Cola buying a piece of Monster. You know, they come in, they buy 30%, they get all the advantages of Coca-Cola relations. And that would really, if something like that came about, that would be something I'd jump on. That would push us, everywhere, push us nationwide, push us international as well. And I think that would be a pretty cool play for us. But as of right now, man, I think we'll continue to grow pretty significant over the next couple of years, and it's kind of up in the air right now. But I'm young, man, so like there's no reason for me to do anything different.
Both these pro-level athletes, Charlie Villanueva and Chris Gronkowski, not only succeeded on the court and the field, but went on to be successful in disrupting other industries as well, showing us that success is a mindset that will help you be successful in any direction you choose in life. Make sure you tune into our next episode with Hunter McIntyre, a true world champion who's used his mindset to push him beyond even some world records. As he puts Ralph through a workout to show us how exactly he got his mind, body, and soul in the right place to be in the position he's at today. We see you guys there.
I've been all in my bag, you been all in my business, you be all in your feelings, I've been all in them trenches, I've been all in my bag, you be all in my business, know they notice me flexing, fit in all in my fitness, I've been all in my bag, you been all in my business, you be all in your feelings, I've been all in them trenches, I've been all in my bag.